Matt with Carl's Doomsday Scenario Book 2 in Dungeon Crawler Carl, and I'm ready to talk about it. Welcome to After the First Date, the series where I share everything from my book date. As a warning, this is a spoiler discussion. As you know, I rated the first book situationship because of some of the crude, crass, dark humor moments that weren't necessarily my preference, so I did rate this book situationship as well, but I will say that many of you told me that this does continue, so I wasn't really discouraged or surprised by it in this book, and I will also say that I liked this book more than the first one. It was really fun to see Mordecai added as a manager. I love that this was added to the story because I feel like we can move past some of the descriptions and the learning curve of the dungeon and we can get right into the action and the quests. For example, Zarina's signet and the whole concepts of elites, and that in addition to this like intergalactic reality show with the dungeon, there's also this galactic drama show going on at the same time. I thought that was so interesting to the world building. Also, she is so scary and powerful and intense. I was so stressed out reading all of the fight scenes with her, especially when Donut was incapacitated. I just didn't realize how much comfort and safety Donut brought me because when she wasn't in the picture and it was Carl by himself, the world felt so much darker and so much heavier. That being said, Carl is so smart and clever. I thought he masterfully navigated the whole situation with Grimaldi and Zarina and also the Vengeance of the Daughters show. I'm not a gamer, so I haven't played any RPG games, but it really makes me wonder what's the reading experience like for those that do. If you are a gamer, can you tell me what you think? Like, are you keeping track of all of these dungeon elements and thinking about solutions or how you would navigate it as a player? Or are you also just like along for the ride for the story? Like with these different approaches that Carl takes, I want to know if you're also wowed by it or if you're like, oh, actually that makes total sense. I would have done something like that. Since you have this RPG knowledge, it makes me wonder how that changes the reading experience for you because I don't feel like I can predict anything, nor would I come up with these different solutions, but I wonder if I had RPG knowledge, could I have? And would that be satisfying if I came up with something that then played out in the book? There was just so many more deaths of biological NPCs in this book, and I liked being able to see Carl's inner thoughts about the morality of it all because it kind of helped me understand those different dynamics too, and I can just see how holding on to his humanity is such a lifeline as he navigates this awful system. The attempted assassination on Princess Donut and Carl was such a thrilling line, and I did not see that coming at all. And then to find out that the Valete retaliated and they killed the Maestro, that was so crazy with the intergalactic politics. I did like meeting Katya. She seems nice, even though I'm still a little skeptical of her. I do feel bad about her doppelganger abilities, and I'm glad Mordecai is there to help her. The quest that they had with Mrs. Quill that led to her husband was such a sad and gruesome one, and I still don't exactly completely understand everything, but that last scene was really intense. There were so many moments where I thought Donut and Carl were going to die, and it was so sad reading what they thought was going to be their last conversation, but then for them to survive it and then get to the next level, and in the epilogue we find out the whole Celestial Box situation. That was crazy. Overall, I loved how much the world grew, both in the dungeon and also intergalactically, from like Borant having to use their veto for the system to all the conversations with Odette and not really knowing what her motivations truly are. There's just so much more to learn and explore in this world, and it keeps it so engaging for me. These are just my date highlights. I feel like I barely just scratched the surface, but I want to know, how did your date go?